You ever dropped a needle in something and instantly feel the room shift? Well, that's what happened when I spun the new mobile fidelity one step of Hejira by Joni Mitchell. And I didn't even mean to do a deep listen, but one track in, and I knew I need to stop what I was doing and really sit with this one. So let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're into vinyl hi-fi gear and the moments music carves into your soul, well, guess what? You're in the right place. And today I am reviewing the Mobile Fidelity UltraDisc one-step pressing of Hejira, an album that quite frankly didn't need any extra help being a masterpiece. So the question becomes, does this audiophile edition actually add anything? Is it worth the hype, the price, and the four-sided flips? We all know how annoying these 45 double disc sets can be. Now, I just want to get something really clear here. I bought this record myself. So there's no promos here, there's no bias, just one music lover talking to another. Okay. Hejira dropped in 1976, right between Joni's more folk-forward era and her fully jazz-immersed years. Now, it's got that moody, spacious vibe, and it feels like drifting alone on a cold highway. And then there's Jaco Pastorius. I mean, his bass playing isn't just background, guys. It's a code-led voice throughout the album. And this one-step release from Mobile Fidelity is cut across 45 RPMs across, of course, two 180-gram super vinyl LPs and is sourced from the original analog master tapes, transferred to DSD 256, and then back to analog for cutting. I know this is a controversial chain for some, but let's talk about the sound. All right, guys, let's start out with side A track A1 Coyote. And this is what really you hear the first guitar strum, man, and it's like someone is playing in your room. This is the track that got me to sit down. The moment I heard the guitar, I stopped what I was doing. I sat in my chair, I grabbed the notepad, and I'm like, okay, let's go. I had no intentions of reviewing this album until that. That's how powerful that was. Now, Joni's vocals are clear, but noticeably set back in the mix. Now, I'm not saying they're muffled, it's not veiled, it's just reserved, almost like she's observing the band from behind the music rather than in front of it. And it made me wonder if that was really intentional on this mix. I gotta tell you though, it doesn't really matter. It's compelling either way. And the soundstage on this one, guys, the first track, it sort of stretches about a foot past my speakers. Now, that's not massive, but it's enough to create space. You got clear mids, nice low end, and it's easy to spotlight individual instruments, which is very good and it's a very listenable track. Then you get to track A2, Amelia. Now this is, I gotta be honest with you guys, this is where the sound just opens up. That electric guitar just booms into the room. Joni is still a little bit behind the band sonically, but the separation here is just beautiful. Fantastic. And everything just feels balanced emotionally and sonically. And I'll say this now. If side A doesn't immediately floor you, don't give up because the album grows in dimension as it plays on. So you go ahead and you flip to side B, and I'm telling you now, it's going to pull you in deeper. At least it did for me. You guys be the judge. But B1, Fury sings the blues, man. The harmonica, oh my gosh, it just cuts through with real presence. Like someone is like leaning in beside you and playing it right into your ear. The soundstage is much wider now, and Joni steps forward a bit in the mix, and it feels more intimate than the opening tracks. This is less observational, guys. This is more confessional. We get to B2, this is A Strange Boy. And that early percussion on this, oh my gosh, it's beautifully recorded. The track feels full and alive without sounding busy. Everything just has space, and the hand drums in particular give the song a real sense of emotion, dancing across the soundstage without ever crowding Joni's voice. I really loved it, man. I was like, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's three-dimensional. Speaking of three, we got track B3, Hejira. Now, this is the title track, and this one just floats. It's the best way I can explain it. It's easily distinguishable instruments, layered arrangements, and that steady hypnotic rhythm from the hand drum underneath of it all. I think I just really like hand drums. I don't know. Joni's vocals here are clean. They're centered, but I did catch, I got to be honest, a little distortion during a louder passage. It was really brief. It didn't take away from the moment, didn't pull me out of the moment all at all, but it was there and I noted it down in my notes. Now, I don't know, maybe there was some dirt or something on that groove. I have no idea, but I noticed a little bit of distortion there. Still, this track really anchors the side, in my opinion. It's immersive, it's emotional, it's one of the best dynamic cuts on the record. Now we got to get up again because we got to flip to side C. And now we're getting into the heart of it, guys. C1, Song for Sharon. Oh, the kick drum. Oh my gosh. And it just sounds so real. Not just tonally right, but like physically there. It's like it's planted on the floor in front of you. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to hear this one yourself. And there's this groundedness to it that just makes the track feel alive. And the whole mix is beautifully balanced. There's no single element that dominates, yet everything is layered with intention. And that middle chorus, oh my God, it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's one of those tracks that honestly can easily serve as a system demo if you really want to show someone what your setup can do. Going on to C2, this is Black Crow, wide soundstage here, great separation, full of energy. The dynamic contrast really pop here, and Joni sounds especially locked in. That fade at the end, man, just drops off into total silence, and it's one of those moments where the black background of this pressing makes a difference. It's clean, it's dramatic, and sonically, it's rich. Side D. We're on the final side, guys. This wraps it up, I think, in the best way possible. You got track D1, Blue Motel Room, and this one just glides. There's a warmth in the lows, sparkle in the highs, and everything in between just stays clean and expressive. The mix feels like a live performance, natural, unforced, and open. It's intimate without feeling small, and the band sits perfectly around Joni without overshadowing her. On track D2, Refuge of the Roads, what a closer. The soundstage opens wide again, and Joni sounds forward and emotionally present. There's a sense of reflection in both the music and the mix, and you hear the vocal texture, the breath, the phrasing, all captured with care. And it really, honestly, it gave me chills. Like literally, my hair was standing up on my shoulders, my arms and stuff, man. It's like it's easily one of the most touching tracks on the album and the perfect way to close out this pressing. Now, with all that said, we gotta talk about the overall sound. And yes, you can already tell I've enjoyed this album. And throughout the set, this pressing just keeps a black background. There's no noise, there's no grit. You're listening in silence until the music arrives. And I think that's very important here. Dynamics are handled with grace. The sound is detailed without being clinical. And while some may nitpick about the digital step in a chain, the results here are just quite frankly undeniable. It is a masterful presentation. My only one critique is that side A, man. Joni's placement in the mix, it just being a little bit further back around the rest of the album, and it sounded like she's more behind the band. I don't know. To me, that just seems like I don't know. I wanted to hear that consistency of her being in front of the music, and I did listen to another pressing of mine, and I didn't really have that experience. So I don't know if it's just something with this mix, or maybe that's just a condition of the source. I'm not really sure, but that I got to say was probably my only negative comment. That and the distortion I mentioned earlier. No, we do gotta talk about the packaging because you are buying a box set, and this is important, and honestly, I actually love what MoFi did here. I love the new slim one-step box. I think it's a huge improvement. It's clean, it's effective. It doesn't feel like you're wrestling with, like, a board game to get the record out. The print quality is excellent, the inserts are tasteful, and it just feels premium without being over-designed. Quite frankly, this box set is one of my favorites in the audiophile pressings, and I kind of wish some other competing companies would follow that model. I'll let you figure out what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get down to the final thoughts. So, is this the definitive version of Hejira? Ah, yeah, for me, I think so. Yeah, I think it just might be. It doesn't replace the emotional connection I have with my older copy, but I think it enhances it. It reveals new textures and spaces in the music I thought were I already knew inside and out. And I think that's what a great pressing, should do. Not just like sound better, but deepen your relationship with the record. And if you're already a fan of Hejira, this is a version that your system and your soul will appreciate. Trust me on that one. So, if you spent time with this pressing or even another version of Hejira, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let me know how it sounded on your system. And if you found this helpful, give it a like and maybe subscribe if you're into vinyl reviews, gear talk, or honest impressions. I post regularly and always aim to keep it real. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time, spin something you love.